Hi, welcome to my latest product review. Well, this time a vendor sent me this camera. It's actually a combined camera and video soundbar because, as you'll see when I open it up, it has both a lens that can do 4 times zoom, and it has an actual speaker that's a high quality speaker as well. Much better than you would get from, let's say, a laptop speaker system. And this is mainly meant for laptops, but you could use it on any computer. But let me open it up and we'll see what comes with it and what it looks like. I haven't done the opening of this yet. I have to open it up, cut the tape here. Let's see what we got inside. Looks like instructions. I'll take a look at that after this box opening. And what does it got inside here? And then 2 separate little packages. The first one is the camera / soundbar itself. And as you can see here, you see the speaker, high def speaker, and it has a lens that has a protector on it right now, so I'll do a peel. Okay, so now it should work. It's supposed to have quite a few features here. For example, right now it looks like it has the lens cover on. So if I do that, it opens the lens up. So it's got a built-in lens cover. This light here tells you whether or not the microphone is activated, and that's partially controlled by what's this little button in the back here. That's just about the size of the tip of your finger. And in there, you can, if you tap it once, it'll put it on mute. This thing will change from a green color, I understand, to a yellow. We'll test that out. And if you hold it down for, I think it was 8 or 9 seconds, it'll switch into vertical mode. So you'll actually have to turn the camera that way in order to, get a proper orientation of the picture. But I understand you can do that with the actual, so you could actually put it onto something here, whether it's a tripod, it's a regular tripod adapter on here, 1/4 inch, or onto some device, or I believe you can do this to it. You can tip it like this and put it on a table as well. So we'll test that out as well. So that's what's in the box as far as the camera is concerned. It's got a cable in here. Okay, looks like USB type A at one end. And the other end, oh great, USB-C. So good, they're modernized. It's about, let's see, I would guess about 4.5 feet long. Yeah, 4.5 feet long. The average length for a wire. The camera itself, by the way, has a 2K lens. However, it only outputs 1080p. So it sort of downgrades the video a little bit, which gives you an actual sharper picture by doing that. So it is a 2K lens. Okay, so let me take a look at what the manual says about it, and then we'll set it up and do a test. Okay, here we go. This is using OBS to do a quick test of this camera. The center part of it, the main part of the screen right now, is from the ROCWARE camera. The autofocus is working extremely well, as you can see. I'm not sure if I can test it out by putting something up and seeing if it'll focus on that, and then see if it'll focus back on me. So it is autofocus. Let me see if I switch over. And it does pretty good. In the right-hand corner of the screen is a second camera I have, and you can see it in the background of the main picture as well. That's looking at the webcam, so you can see the blue light, hopefully. Might be a little bit washed out, with the color scheme, but we'll see. So let me start by, you're hearing the sound through my mixer, so let me switch over to the sound from the ROCWARE camera. So let me switch over to the sound from the ROCWARE camera and see what that sounds like. I'll turn off the mixer and I'll turn on the ROCWARE. So now we're listening to the sound from the ROCWARE webcam and soundbar built into one. I did a quick test on it before I started filming this, and it sounds like it's okay. It's a little bit more echoey, as I recall, than what you hear from my mixer, which is tuned exactly right to the various sounds. So I think this is a fairly good test of that sound. Let me turn it back to the other sound again. So now we're back on my mixer. Now one thing that you can do is I found that OBS, the camera controls work. So right now I have it naturally not touched in terms of the adjustments in the camera control. So let me try zooming. Right now there's no zoom. Let me zoom into myself and see what it does. Does pretty good. Let me get it to a reasonable framing of the picture. Now right now it has autofocus on. I could actually turn the autofocus off and then adjust it manually. So it's off. Let me go to autofocus on the high end. Let me go autofocus on the low end, and I could set it to whatever focus in between that I'd like to do. So if you decide you don't want to use the autofocus, you could turn it off. I'll put it off to the side, and I'll turn the autofocus back on to auto. And it picks in real quick. Now, one thing I noticed here, you can also pan and tilt through the camera controls. So for example, the pan, we can go to the left, we can go to the right. The tilt, I can go up and down. So that works pretty good. Let me get over to the camera on the side here. I'm going to center that, and I'm going to pan over to it, and then zoom in a little bit. Have to pan back a little bit, and there we go. So the two cameras looking at each other. So these camera controls actually work. That's pretty good. I think it does pretty well. It's 1080p, but as I said before, when I first opened it up out of the box, it has a 2K sensor. So it actually picks it up at a higher resolution, and then it adjusts it down to the 1080p. So that does improve clarity and all other features related to the quality of the picture. So anyway, that's the ROCWARE webcam. I understand if I were to use this to do any sort of Zoom or other type of tool like that for having a conference, then I would be able to switch the sound over to that speaker on that camera. That's not easy for me to test right now. I'll see if I can set that up, but otherwise, I'll think that this is a pretty good view. Okay, I went ahead and switched the sound back to the camera, and I'm going to test this muting feature of the camera. As you can see in the right corner, it's still got the blue light. If I go ahead and press the button on the back, it should mute the sound. I'm going to start counting and just keep counting and see what happens. Testing 26, 27, 38, 39, 40. Okay, I think it did work. I think it muted it as possible. Now it also says if I hold the button down, it should switch to the vertical mode. So let me try that. And there we go. And also the light went purple on me. I don't know if you can see that in color camera or not, but we're now sideways. I would have to reorient the camera to go the other way if I want to. Let me take it off the top and see if I can put it sideways like this. And there we go. As you can see in the picture, I got it sort of in between two monitors right now, but it actually went sideways. So if I want to do social media that requires this particular view, I could use that as well. So I think overall the camera has all of these features that they advertise. Plus, I didn't know about the tilt and pan. So it's a pretty interesting camera. If you're interested, I'll put the link down below on where you can get it, and we'll take it from there. So take care.